What is going on, Celtics Nation? We are back after a little bit of a hiatus. The Dynasty Proud podcast is alive and well. And you're tuned in to the Boston Sports Entertainment Network. I am the Parquet Poppy. This is my boy Adrian here at NBA Swing Pass. Adrian, how are you doing after the Celtics defeat the Phoenix Suns 97-81?
Doing well, man. It was a good game. Big third quarter, big run to salt the game away. Derek White, everyone contributed. Baylor Scheinman, hustle plays, the offensive rebounds, rebounding. Cater double double. We got a little bit of everybody. Not a great night for Peyton Pritchard shooting wise, based on the last game, but we'll take it. A little off night, but he'll be back.
Yeah, you got your highs and your lows. You got your good games, your bad games. But yeah, let's talk about Baylor Shireman, man. I mean, absolutely, the defense these past couple games, especially on this road trip right here, has been absolutely critical to the Celtics' success. And his just aggressiveness, chasing the ball off the, chasing the ball down for the rebounds. I mean, the offensive rebounding is crazy. The defensive rebounding is crazy. He just seems to find himself, just getting a hand on the ball at any time. I mean, whether it's a tip, if he actually pulls down the rebound or he's tipping it to someone, I mean, he's just remaining active, remaining aggressive, trying to search for that ball in the air once it's coming off the hoop. And it's absolutely been critical to the Boston Celtics success in rebounding lately. Pretty much they've become a different rebounding team since the Vucevic trade. And right now it's absolutely clicking for them. Everything is clicking for them right now. Everybody's getting some shots. The defense has been amazing. And then also just the tenacity from all the team from everybody on the team right now. I mean, it's just absolutely unreal. Especially with not having Jaylen Brown in this game. I mean, it was just the Celtics. As much as the players aren't household names nationally, you don't have a lot of guys that are vying for all-star spots on the team. But they just come out and they just play great basketball. They play together. They play within the system with Joe Mazzulla, and it's just insane the success that they're having. Phoenix Suns were down without a couple of their star players today. No Devin Booker. You had no
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, yep, thank you. No Dylan Brooks. So I mean, those are a couple players right there for Phoenix that are going to give you a little bit of a little bit more defense than what they had out there today, and more shot making. But unfortunately, the Celtics didn't have their best players on the court either. Um, you know, so you go basically with what you have versus what you have, right? And like I was saying, to round off this thought, the Celtics don't have the household names that are on the roster beside after Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but these guys just play absolutely above their heads to contribute to winning for the team. And it's just we're seeing it now, man. We're seeing it play out without Jaylen Brown in this game. So, it's basically our other guys versus their other guys, and our other guys, you know, despite the not being household names, they're just better talent. They're just talented. They're better talent than what they have on Phoenix right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're on a roll. This is what, four in a row. I think we're nine out of our last 11. So we're playing good basketball right now. I mean, we have Denver next. That'll be a good challenge with Jokic and all, but I like our challenges. Jalen should be back.
Hmm.
And, you probably get a better game from Peyton. I don't see him going cold to 2 games in a row. And D White showed a complete game as he usually does. He was scoring the ball pretty well tonight. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, let's sweep this Western trip and go back home.
It would be nice to leave with a sweep. If not, it's no biggie. We're playing definitely a more talented team coming up against Denver. But yeah, like you said, tonight Jalen Brown, this is clearly just a rest night. Getting the night off before the second night of a back to back, and yeah, not Peyton's best shooting night tonight, but like you said, after the game that he had against the Lakers, he was bound to have a little bit of tired legs. He carried he carried a lot of the team last game,
Mhm.
so this game right here, yeah, we still have to see how he does against Denver. Going to be a more talented team, better defense. So we'll see. It's still up in the air for Pritchard, but now Pritchard is coming off the bench with the second units now, so he isn't really facing the starter level talent that he was. At for most of the season. I mean, 40 something games, starting this year. So, um, he's had a little bit of, experience. Now he's kind of like that now, like he's had that starting experience to begin the year. Now he can kind of like just come off the bench, a little bit less pressure. And let's see how he does against one of the better teams in the West. Coming off that bench in the bench role this next game. Shout out Mouthpiece. What's up, man? Appreciate you for tuning in and appreciate the support. That was a very great win today. Um, if anybody's tuned in right now, you want to drop some comments, share the stream. We're staying up a little late, East Coast time for you guys. Appreciate you for tuning in after a long night of basketball. I know out on the East Coast too, you guys are dealing with the weather, so you know, get nice and cozy. We're going to talk here for about another like 13 to 15 minutes. Going to keep this one a little short so that way you guys can get some rest. I know uh, Adrian is off tomorrow, so I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be off work tomorrow, and then you guys get to wake up early and shovel that snow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little backbreaking snow right there. Yeah, I'm lucky because it's just the end of the driveway more or less now with the plows coming out. But did most of the work this afternoon. But definitely
Yeah,
no way to pile the snow. There's nowhere to literally put it. But yeah.
yeah. Just want to apologize to anybody that's watching right now if I seem a little down. I am a little under the weather today. So gonna try to keep this one a little bit shorter than we normally go. We're usually pushing like 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes we'll go over an hour, but we're trying to keep it like 20, 25 minutes this time. Not really much to talk about in this game. I mean, it was just very closely a very close contest in that first half. Celtics were just missing shots. I mean, they were getting a lot of good looks. They just weren't going down. And that happens. Phoenix was getting a little hot early in the game, but they cooled off tremendously. And that's just attributed to the Celtics' number one defense. I mean, they're just absolutely harassing players
Mhm.
with the defense. I mean, you have Baylor Shireman guarding Luka Doncic the other day, giving him hell, along with Jordan Walsh as well, Hugo Gonzalez just covering him, just putting the young guys on Luka, pressing him full court, and in this game too, they put Baylor Shireman on Jalen Green today, and I mean y- like a person named Baylor Shireman, right, going up against Jalen Green, who's on commercials. You got the Wingstop commercial. He was he sponsored by Liquid Death for a little bit. He came out with like a basketball collaboration with Liquid Death. I mean, this is a guy that's like a household name, right? He's got national attention. And here comes Baylor Shireman. No one really talks about him. The last couple years, and here he is taking on one of the best players in the world in Luka Doncic, and then tonight, basically saying, Jalen Green, what you got for me? And I mean, it's just like, and Baylor Shireman is just outperforming him. Whether it's not really on the offensive end, but it's the defense, it's the rebounding, it's the getting into the face of the ball handler and making it hard for him, making the read a little bit harder for Jalen Green to try to make a play. I mean the growth that we're seeing from these guys this season,
Mhm.
with no Jason Tatum throughout this whole season, man. I mean, right now where we're at as a team is just absolutely insane to watch, to witness. because starting off the season, bro, we were down 0-3. I mean, we were talking about on the pod here how what's going to happen this season? Is Jalen going to be a true number one? I mean, all those questions that we were asking within the first couple of weeks right now, this has been an insane turnaround. I mean, not even really a turnaround because we didn't really like fall too hard. Only thing we lost was a lot of talent, but the game plan stays the same. The players that have stepped up this year are continuing to prove themselves. They want to get better. They want to prove themselves. I mean, it's just a really good collective group of guys that are just all there for each other. No drama. Like it's just pure hoops. I mean, it's just insane. We're just watching like really good basketball right now, and I mean the defensive metrics show it. I mean the Celtics are one of the best in the NBA. Their offense is one of the best in the NBA. I mean these guys are just doing this, and who's like where's the all stars? Where are all the people that are supposed to be in the all star game from this team? They're like there's nobody, right? Like it's just you get something from different guys every single night. And that's what makes it a complete team. It makes it it's one of the best teams in the NBA for a reason right now.
Yeah, all the pieces just fit together perfectly. They're the third team in the league in point differential. I think they're only behind OKC and Detroit, the two conference leaders. So everything's going well. The pieces fit together. The coaching has been top notch. You got a lot of prove me guys, with Baylor, Jordan Walsh. These guys want to earn their minutes. They want to earn their keep, and they play hard all the time. Hugo also. These guys just play hard all the time. They energize the whole team, and that's what you need from this team. Without a Jason Tatum, you just need all the pieces to be put together and work together and pull the rope at the same direction. And we're getting we're getting a good season from all these guys thus far, and
It-
I think it'll continue also.
yeah, and it's like we've seen these team like our team there's been seasons where the team builds a lead, um and because they were so talented, right? Like because they had guys around them like a Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, you know who else can I think of right now? Anyways, like they were just surrounded by talent, right? And they would build leads, and sometimes like I wouldn't say sometimes. There were a bunch of times where the team would just take their foot off the rope. They would loosen the rope, let go of it a little bit, and allow teams to come back in the game and possibly and beat them sometimes.
Mhm.
With this group of guys right here, I don't really see that. I haven't seen that too much this season, where the Celtics build a lead and they could just completely let go of the rope. I mean, it happened the other day when they were up by 30 something points, but I mean, that's natural. I mean, I haven't seen like 10 to 15 point leads with maybe like 7, 8 minutes left to go in a game, just be completely evaporated. And it's probably that mentality of this group of guys that they know that they don't have all the like somebody to like bail them out, or like all the like some of the best talent you know in the world on one team. So then they all just say like, oh well, we know we're good, we'll just ease up a little bit. No, these guys play like hard all the time because they know that even though they are a little more talented than most teams in the NBA, they're not talented enough to like let go of leads and just give a game up, like just let go of the rope and let another team in. They know that they can't do that with this squad.
Mhm.
And I really think that's a very good building block for the foundation of this young group. Coming back, and then when you have Jalen and Jason Tatum both healthy, I mean, those guys don't want to lose either, right? So it's just like when you have like everybody on that same kind of like wavelength, like we know we need to play hard every single possession in order for us to win these games. Um, that's the mindset, that's the culture that this team needs. And um, man, it's just set up. It's just the team is just set up so well to continue this kind of success going into the future. Um, Especially now that they've gotten under that tax. They're gonna try to get under, stay under so that they don't um, fall under the repeater penalty next season. And basically, they're letting us know like this squad we're running it back next year. Same guys, same group, most likely. And you know, tune in. Like this is the kind of basketball that you can expect to see every single night for the next 2 seasons, at least the next 2 seasons going forward. So, if Celtics fans were out at the beginning of this season, basically like, oh, no Tatum, it's kind of a down year, man. If they've tuned in at some point, this, last 2 months, I mean, it's been really good hoops. I mean, really good basketball. You can't ask for anything more as a Celtic fan, um, with the effort that you see on that floor consistently, night in and night out.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's got the luxury this season. He's got stuff that he hasn't had in the past. When the Celtics will fall into a rut, like you said, let go of the rope and let teams back. He didn't have a Hugo Gonzalez. He didn't have a Baylor Sharman. He didn't have a Jordan Walsh to sort of energize the group and sort of battle. And he's got those pieces this year. And I think that's a little bit of why you don't see them, give up those leads or, teams make a big run against them because they have those pieces that Joe can utilize. He's deep. They can play 11 deep if they wanted to. I mean, this team is a team.
Yeah.
Like you said, no big household names beside the two Jays and maybe Derek White. And
Mhm.
you could throw Pritchard into it. I think he's getting national attention now. But from what 6 to 12, they're just battlers. They're just guys that want to play hard and play for each other.
Yeah, I agree. They're just it's just like crazy, man. Like, I mean, Brad Stevens is just has done wonders as far as like building the roster. I feel like you ask 90% of the coaches in the league if they could have a GM like Brad Stevens, they would one like 90% of them would 100% be on board with having Brad Stevens as their GM, building a team for them to coach. And the fact that we got lucky, um, after Brad was, uh, canned for the most part. I mean, like, let's just, he was technically fired, right? It was a fired up, right? A fire promotion.
Mm.
I mean, Brad Stevens, like the fact that the Celtics were able to retain him after he was done with coaching, when they said basically like we need a new voice, for Danny Ainge to just be like, yeah, you're fired, but I'm not letting you leave the Celtics organization, is just shout out Danny Ainge, man. I mean, the Celtics aren't here without him. You know,
Yeah.
as much as we love Brad Stevens and all the work that he's done since he's taken over. I mean, the architect, the blueprint was Danny Ainge getting the two J's. Um, even before that, right? The trade with the Brooklyn Nets to even get the picks.
Yeah.
So none of this is possible without Danny Ainge, and it's just crazy that we went through all those years after the Big Three era. Rondo playing the Heat basically on his own in the playoffs. Then we're in a Chris Humphries era. Then we enter the Isaiah Thomas era, and here we are now. All that Kyrie era. And all that has led to Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum growing up before our eyes on this team, taking them to the promised land, getting banner 18. And
Mhm.
here we are waiting for Jason Tatum after a, um, you know, devastating injury, possibly coming back this season to give it another run in the playoffs for banner 19. I mean, like, it's awesome being a Celtics fan. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long road. Um, it's going to continue going on. It's gonna remain a little bit longer, and we got to just cherish the hoops that we're watching right now. We can't ever take Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown for granted, because one day these guys aren't going to be on this team. One day the Celtics might suck again,
Yeah.
and everything, like, even with a down year, gap year, this is still one of the best basketball displays I've seen. I mean, you take Jason Tatum, say Jason Tatum is like on the Atlanta Hawks or something, right? I mean, you take Jason Tatum off that team, the Atlanta Hawks, and they are a team that's probably in the lottery, right? With the Celtics, it's just not built like that. It's not the same. So we're very fortunate. Let's take a look at the box score. Just want to keep this like under 30 minutes today. We're at 22 right now, so let's take a look at the box. Um, and basically, let's go down one by one. Sam Hauser today, 16 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 4 of 10 from the three, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He pretty much did all his work in that third quarter, right? Like,
Mm.
I mean, how many of those threes went down in the third? Probably 3 of them, right?
He did. He did start off the game. He hit one or two in the
Okay.
first half or so, first quarter or whatever. Yeah, I know he curled around a couple of screens and made a couple. So
Yeah, solid night. I mean, 16
yeah.
points from Sam Hauser. I'll take that. I'll take that any single day. Uh, let's go down to Nemish Keita, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 13 rebounds. I mean, these guys are just getting on the boards, man, especially Nemish Keita. Um, Another double double for him this season, and it's just becoming more natural to him. Like,
Yeah.
watching him, like, he is just in better position than he has been in the past. Well, last year and the beginning of this season. So I mean, he
Hmm.
29, team high plus 29 today. I mean, he was absolutely dominant tonight. He got a couple steals as well. And any blocks? Sorry, he had a couple blocks, not steals. So yeah, a couple blocks today, 3 assists. I mean, he was just dominant. That's the only word I could think of. Derek White today, nice 22 points, a nice decent shooting night from Derek White today. 9 of 18 overall, 4 of 11 from three, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 blocks. So that is a great Derek White game right there. Um, team high in points. So he was cooking. He was doing what he needed to do today. Um, with no Jaylen Brown, and I'll take that performance from Derek White any day. Hopefully, that's a springboard into the next game. Maybe he's feeling a little good
Hmm.
about his shot today. He had a lot of push. He had a couple push shots here in this game. Same with last game too against the Lakers. So um, he's kind of been getting to that spot a little bit lately these last couple games. Let's see if that continues against Denver. It's going to be a little bit of a tougher challenge when you have Jokic in there in that paint protecting, but we'll see what happens. Ron Harper Jr. gets the start tonight with Jaylen Brown out, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from the three, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and assist. And he was a team high plus 25. I mean, he didn't have like the best shooting night, right? But he's not afraid to shoot. He's very confident in his shot.
Yeah.
Um, and we've seen his shots go down. So just a little bit of an off night, but defensively, what you got from him tonight? as well was very solid. I really like what I'm seeing out of Ron Harper Jr. In his couple stints starting this year, and even off the bench too. He's, I mean, 30 minutes,
Mm,
coming off the bench for Jalen. Um, those aren't just you know those aren't like pity minutes. You know what I'm saying? Those are like
mhm.
those are like active, like get in there, play defense, you know, minutes right there. That's
Yeah,
like saying like you're affecting this game. I want you to affect this game. If your shooting isn't affecting the game, find a way to affect it in other ways. And he absolutely did. I mean, he was a plus 25 on the in the game today, 5 rebounds and assists, a steal and a block. So
yeah,
he was doing his thing too. I mean, like the fact that you have Ron Harper Jr., who was in the G League earlier this year, I believe, right? Like starting a game for the Celtics, and not only just starting but contributing. Um, some of his contributions in this starting role definitely heads and shoulders above what Minot was giving us earlier this season, in the starting role. The defense is just was better than Minot's. I honestly think this is that Ron Harper Jr. Ron Harper Jr. stole that job from Minot. That, I mean, that has to be the reason why Minot wasn't getting
yeah,
minutes, even though he had a decent start to the season. But Ron Harper Jr., when he's coming into these games, he's looking way more complete than Minot. I
mhm,
mean, Minot was great, but definitely unpolished.
yeah,
Um, Ron Harper Jr. isn't the most polished player too, but he looks like an active contributor to an NBA team. He looks like a solid role player that can contribute, and I'm really really excited to see um, where his development takes him
yeah.
for this team.
Yeah, I mean, Brad's got some decisions to make. They got Banton and that other kid, Toje, on 10-day contracts. So once those expire, do they give him a second 10-day contract, or do they just give Harper Jr. a guaranteed veteran minimum? I don't. There's so many ways they can go with this, but I
Y-
know as a team they do like Harper Jr. and Joe trusts him, like you said, with the minutes and starting him. So
yeah. Yeah, Delano Banton and John Tanjay, right?
mhm.
Delano Banton is and Tanjay aren't going to see minutes. I mean, they're
Yeah.
basically. I don't know if you listen to the Locked On Celtics podcast, but John Corrales did a podcast with uh why am I blinking on the name right now? I literally just had it. Um, the guy that works for Spotrack.
Oh, Keith Smith, is it?
Keith
No.
Smith. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Him and Keith Smith, they did a podcast about this whole situation with the staying under the believe it's either the tax or the first apron, one of those. Um and basically the way that they were describing it was they can just write out these 10-day contracts with like a couple days to spare before the end of the season.
Mhm.
Um, and that's most likely what they're going to do. So it's just going to be a revolving door of these 10-day contracts until the end of the season so that they can stay under for the regular season.
All
Because
right.
once they get to the postseason, then that's it. It's done. They don't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, give yourself, if you have some time, look up that podcast with John Corrales and Keith Smith. They talk about it. I can't even remember all the details about it right now, but they have their tax gurus basically on the case to ride that out the rest of the season. But yeah, I don't think any like major decisions are going to be made right now as far as Ron Harper Jr. goes. In the future, there will be, but The Celtics, I think they're all set. I think they have a game plan for how the rest of the season is going to work for staying under the tax. Baylor Shireman, 11 points, 5 of 10. We already talked about him at the beginning of the pod, but 11 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. Like we said, just finding himself in the right places as far as tracking down those rebounds. And it's it was a great performance defensively. He's had a great stretch of games here. And let's get down to the next person. So Delano Banton, don't need to talk about him. Tanjay, don't need to talk about him. Vucevic tonight, 19 minutes, 8 points, 4 of 11 from the field. -7 today. Not the best offensive night, but pulled down 4 rebounds, had a couple of assists and a block. But he's really like they really have him working that post game. Not you don't really see too many 3-point attempts being taken from him. I really feel like they're trying to trying to do what they couldn't do with Porzingis when he was on the team, which is really get down and deep in that post game, right under the hoop, and just trying to get the easy play. I feel like Vucevic definitely has way better back to the basket kind of skills than Porzingis did. Um, I mean, Porzingis was pretty elite for a while, but when it came to the viral illness, POTS, I mean, he just became a shell of himself. I think the Celtics really, really liked that dynamic that they had to their game with Porzingis when he was able to get those middies, post up, get over the shoot over the defender. Vucevic is a little bit different. He can't come out so as far. He has to get a little bit closer to the hoop in order to in order to score. So Celtics tinkering with that a little bit still. So not the best game from him tonight, but it was still a decent showing. Luke Garza came in garbage minutes. Peyton Pritchard off the bench today, 34 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 13. Yeah, not a good shooting night for Pritchard, but 4 assists and a steal. He had 3 turnovers, but he was a plus 11, so he wasn't too bad, but he'll bounce back. Jordan Walsh today, 9 minutes, 5 points. Just playing really solid defense. That's basically what he was in there for. But nice to see him get a couple shots down this game. And then Hugo Gonzalez, 1 of 1, had the Euro step basket. And that's it. That's it. Pretty solid night from everyone right there. Let's see. Man, that third quarter was just absolutely lethal. 30-11. They held Phoenix to 11 points in a third quarter. 12 whole minutes, and they couldn't even score 12 points. I mean, the defense is just insane.
Yeah, they went on a 30-11 run. For the quarter. Yeah, that was the quarter. I know they highlighted on the podcast, but you look at it, yeah, that was the third quarter. That was the complete quarter. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we will be back tomorrow. I think that's where we will end it tonight. Gonna keep this one quick because us Celtics fans, y'all need to get your beauty sleep because we are back at it again tomorrow versus Denver. And we'll be here. We'll be post game potting that one. Hopefully, I feel a little bit better. I'm gonna try to get as much rest as I can tonight. Other than that, Adrian, got anything else to add, my man?
No. See everybody tomorrow night against Denver. Let's go.
Fact. I appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. You can follow me at Parquet Poppy, my boy Adrian here at NBA Swing Pass, the Dynasty Proud podcast at Dynasty Proud 18 on X, and follow Boston Sports Entertainment Network at BSEN _617 for all of your other Boston sports needs. We're gonna get out of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow for the post game against the Denver Nuggets. Good win tonight. Celtics win. 97-81 against the Phoenix Suns. We'll see y'all tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. Stay safe. And just make sure you stay safe. Shovel in that snow tomorrow. Peace out. Go Celtics.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.